Okay, so I'm last of my longer runs when it comes to this marathon training for the Philadelphia Marathon. I think it's November 19th. Um, if I were to recap on it, it was a lot. Um, but I think I really started to struggle around week 13, week 14. And it's because, if I'm honest, I had some money problems, and money problems really cloud this sort of thing. I thought I had a system and set in place to fix that whole thing, but it was me that failed it. Just got lazy, life happened, as my friend says, life be lifing. And I did miss my longest run, which was a 20 miler. And that they say that you're really supposed to get one of those super long runs in, but I did get a 19 miler at some point. And another thing that I did to counteract that one run that I missed, well, actually I missed about 3 runs out of like the 60 that there were. The 20 miler, I ended up doing an extra training week on top of my weeks, which is a 6-8, 6-8, 6-10, something like that. And that's kind of how I counteracted for that missed 20 miler. I don't know how many miles I ran total, but it was a hell of a lot. And like I said, I kind of can't wait for this thing to be, done and over with. As for gear so far, I think I paid, the watch was the most expensive. That was $480 on a payment plan. Shoes were about 30. The pants were about 20 a piece. I got 2 of those. The shoes, I didn't spend more than like $50 for the 4 pairs of shoes that I got to train with. As a matter of fact, I didn't wear these too much because these are the ones I actually want to wear on the marathon. And I actually ended up having to super glue part of them because they fell apart on me midway through. But that's what you get when you buy used. As for extra training gear, I really didn't buy any because I kind of wanted to go bare bone to try to see if I can rely on myself as much as possible. So what I did do was I got these little Celsius energy packets from Walmart. Get them for about 10 or 11 bucks for about 14 of them. And this is kind of how I got my fluid intake. I really hate drinking water, if I'm honest. So I would just pop one of these bad boys in there and get the energy and get the fluid rush. As for food intake, on my shorter runs, anything less than 10 miles, I noticed you really don't need a lot of food. Maybe just an energy drink or, some water and maybe something to like a gel or something like that if you must. But once you start getting north of 12, 13, 15 miles, you really need some good, like some cookies or something that can like slowly release in your body. Oatmeal raisin cookies is what I like, from 7-Eleven, by the way, to, give yourself a little bit more of a kick and a bit of energy. So here's a weird one. I also would suggest you put more salt in your diet. I think salt really helped me when like the heavy sweats came and helped me retain water. I don't know, but long distance runners, they do salt intake. So, and lastly, as for my diet, I kept it pretty much basic. I try to cut down on bread, but like sometimes the snack attacks happen. Marijuana has its side effects. I did a video on it. So I didn't lose as much weight as I wanted to. I wanted to get down to about like 190 while I was training, but it looks like I'm going to get down to about maybe 202, 200 by race day. I'm at about 205, 206 now. I also pretty much, but yeah, I just want to emphasize, jumping back on the spending. For the most part, I think I've spent about $1,200 in about 6 months for this whole marathon thing for this year, from start to finish. All the shoes, the watch, the specialty food that I only can, eat for training. Yeah, altogether $1,200 to $1,300. This is one of the reasons why I took on training for a marathon first, because based on my limited experience of just doing runs and like the ultras on my own, I realized that running is the cheapest. Not a lot of prep. I don't have to prep a bike and stuff like that. Or, if I swim, I don't have to wait till summer to go into a lake or go to the pool every day. That's very taxing on somebody who doesn't have the discipline for this. This is the first one of these. And I just had to see if I can get one done correctly with minimal money and effort. With minimal money and, balancing two businesses. Can it be done? It can. It's difficult, but it can be done. Anyway, I just wanted to record this because this is going to be one of my last runs, big for a while. After this is going to be too much, two weeks of tapering, and then I'm going to jump into 2 months of, a month and a half of maintenance, and then I plan to run an ultra on the shortest day of the year, December 23rd. So I'll just pretty much run all day and see if I can get up to 30 miles before it's dusk. And then after that, there'll be swim training for the next year. Hopefully I'll be able to do the triathlon, the Steelman Triathlon, next August, God willing. And hopefully I'll be more mentally and physically enriched. My body will be stronger, and I'll be even smarter as I continue to monetize this hobby of training for an Ironman. I'm Pat Houston of the Zenith Training Channel, and I'm just getting started.